Hi, I'm Dave Eckert, and I've got a very special destination for you this week, Japan.
We are located in the southern west part of Japan, and we have as a prefecture on the longest coastline.
As you heard, I'm in the southwest of Japan, in the prefecture of Ehime and the town of Uwajima, to explore the world of seafood. I'll start at the Uwajima Fish Market. Then head to the farms in the waters surrounding this magical part of Japan. The prize here is Yellowtail, one of the purest, tastiest fish I've ever had. Here we go. Put it in my sauce. Okay. Dip it. Shabu shabu. That was pretty good. That's delicious. And not just delicious, but versatile. How about Yellowtail at an Italian restaurant in the Japanese city of Uwajima?
Yellowtail itself is already good if you just eat it raw as well or grilled. But if you add like one more thing to it, then you might be able to get even better taste.
I'll take you through the whole Yellowtail process, including a visit to the processing plant, where the fish are cleaned, filleted, and packaged for shipping every single day.
First of all, I love fish. The fish is very tasty. So, this is something that I've found for the first time when I came here. So I wanted to tell everyone that a fish is such good taste.
Yellowtail is growing in popularity worldwide, and that includes the U.S.
You could also do scallops or lobster, so I think it's really interchangeable. So it's a very versatile piece of protein.
I'll get some Yellowtail advice from one of my favorite chefs, Chicago's Graham Elliott Bowles, who will whip up a marvelous Yellowtail preparation at his terrific restaurant, Graham Elliott.
Now the biggest thing is trying to reinvent what fine dining is, and there's multiple factors that go into that. And the food, I think, it's still very much in line with everything I've ever done.
It's Yellowtail at the market, at the farm, and at your dinner table. Next on Culinary Travels with Dave Eckert. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is my second trip to Japan, but that certainly doesn't make it any less fascinating. Most people think of Japan as Tokyo, a buzzing beehive of lights and humanity, people everywhere, always moving, a constant stream of motion. Tokyo is also home to the world's largest fish market, the Tsukiji Market. Here, every morning, starting at about 5, buyers gather to bid on the most prized of all seafood, tuna. The tuna auction is a sight to behold, and the Tsukiji Market is nothing short of impressive. Moving on in Tokyo, I'd highly recommend taking in a sumo match if there happens to be one going on. For a Westerner, it takes a while to figure out what all the pomp and pageantry is all about, but it doesn't take much to figure out who wins and who loses. The first one out of the ring is a gun. The teeming masses, the endless lights, the bounty of the sea, and the bulk of the sumo wrestlers. Things that help identify Tokyo. But that's just scratching the surface of this great city, which in turn only scratches the surface of Japan. On this show, I'm going to introduce you to a side of Japan most people never imagine, let alone experience. I'm heading to the least populated area of this densely populated country, the Ehime Prefecture on the southern Japanese island of Shikoku. It's here I'll discover the treasure of farm-raised yellowtail. There are many farms in these waters, including pearl and tuna. And there are many wonderful discoveries to be made outside the farms, including a local tangerine. You'll find them on the hillsides here, and they are highly prized. But it's the sea that provides most of the bounty in Ehime. That's where I'll start this week's show, at the market, the Uwajima Fish Market.
私もいろいろ他の市場
I have seen many different fish markets, but I think this place really cares about keeping the fish very in a good condition. So they handle fish with care. And like if you look at over there, like you can see like they use containers with water and ice, but you don't usually find it in other markets. They just put fish into a wooden box. That's it. Then afterwards, they just put ice. But here, the fishermen like want to handle fish very carefully so that they can sell it more expensively, and we know that too. So I like that kind of attitude.
They sell about 5,000 tons of seafood a year at the Uwajima Fish Market. Up to 500 fishermen supply the market, men and women, who arrive with their catch starting very early in the morning. The fish are sorted by size and type before being arranged for sale.
They bring in about 100 different products here at the market each and every day. Everything from farmed and wild snapper to calamari and squid to yellowtail that's not even called yellowtail yet because it's not big enough. But this is by far the most important product. It's mackerel, and on a good day, the fishermen say they can catch 3,000 to 4,000 pounds.
They're fishermen like Tadeo Ozaki, a fourth-generation family fisherman who on this day brought in just a ton of mackerel. A bad day, and a long one, as always.
I get up at 4 p.m. and I go out to fish, and I fish until probably 7 a.m. and I come back to the port and we unload the fish, and when it's done, then I go home to sleep. It's about like 8 to 9 a.m. Then I get up at 3 o'clock again.
It's a hard life.
大変そうですね。
大変です。
It is.
The Uwajima Fish Market isn't large, but it is nonetheless impressive. About 50 buyers come here on a daily basis. They examine the various products, decide what they're going to buy and how much they'd like to pay, then wait for the auction. To see if they get the product and the price they desire. Everything is auctioned off, lot by lot, as the market buzzes with activity. Hisashi Zenke is the wholesale union chief who also buys for his restaurant.
I come here early in the morning and I get fish. The auction ends here at about 9:30, so I go back to the restaurant at 10. Then I make like sashimi or like processed fish, and I work all day.